2 months later, and my view of the Razer phone in relation to the many other Android phones on the market hasn't changed much. It's still a relatively chunky Android powerhouse that caters to gamers more than the average Joe. However, the frequent updates and unveiling of Project Linda, a laptop accessory featuring a 13.3-inch display and keyboard powered by the Razer phone itself, has made the overall device much more appealing to me, a very light gamer. The chunky design of the phone is something I haven't really been able to completely shake. On one hand, I like the smooth aluminum and textured Razer logo, but the phone as a whole is a massive device in the hand and in the pocket. The boxy shape works well for a laptop like the Razer Blade, which Razer obviously makes, but not for a smartphone. The front-facing stereo speakers sound absolutely great. They are one of the best of any smartphone on the market that I've ever tested, and I find myself frequently listening to music through these speakers around the house as opposed to dedicated Bluetooth speakers. They are that good. And there was a December update that fine-tuned the speakers to improve audio quality as well. Now, the lack of a headphone jack still annoys me a bit. If I were a gamer, I feel like I'd be more frustrated from the lack of a headphone jack than if I weren't. But no matter who you are, it still is annoying to have to use an adapter to listen to headphones or plug your phone into your car stereo. If we switch gears to the display, I will say that I've absolutely fallen in love with the fluidity of the software, largely in part due to the display. The 120 Hz display animations are so much smoother on this phone than any other device. Something as simple as scrolling through Reddit looks so buttery smooth, and it's kind of hard to go back to a 60 Hz display. The effect does lose its appeal ever so slightly via daily use, but when you switch phones, you really start to appreciate the high refresh rate. I do admire Razer for keeping the software as minimal as possible. It runs a near stock Android skin with Google Now available in the default launcher. The only thing I don't like are the green skinned icons, but hey, those can be easily changed with an icon pack and launcher. The game booster feature in the settings is neat in that it'll let you boost your device's performance by shifting resources around to optimize the operating system. The custom mode is pretty neat because you can have this feature only be activated for graphic intensive games, which is obviously what I recommend, because many games like Solitaire or Words with Friends can run just fine without having to use all of the power of the Snapdragon 835 processor. I've used this feature on and off over the past month or so, and it's kind of hard to say if it's actually working, but I don't really play a lot of graphic intensive games. If you're interested, this app is available on the Play Store if you don't have a Razer phone. One of the biggest complaints with this smartphone is camera performance. It quite simply just isn't on par with other flagship phones. This past month though, Razer issued a software update to improve camera performance. They've added a 2x zoom button, they've improved the shutter speed in low light, and when using HDR, they've reduced noise and made shadows clearer. They've improved picture quality with better color cast and improved image optimizations. So it's really neat to see companies like Razer and Essential releasing updates to improve camera performance after the fact, after the phone has already launched. But I will say I have yet to see a smartphone launch with a subpar camera and receive an update that puts its camera on par with the competition, or at least make the subpar camera not so subpar. For $700, the camera performance is still lacking in my opinion. As for battery life, it has been consistent, offering me close to 2 days of moderate to heavy usage with the 120 Hz refresh rate turned on. I'd say you're gonna probably see realistically 1.5 days of usage with this phone. So the introduction of Project Linda at CES has made the Razer phone more of an attractive purchase, but even then, it still caters to a demographic that I don't belong to. That demographic is gamers. The 120 Hz refresh rate, powerful processor, and battery life make this phone an absolute joy to game on, but when we compare it to other $700 flagships, the design and camera just simply fall short. If you bought a Razer phone, I'm curious to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. You've heard mine. As always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you right back here in the next one. See ya.